back to FOOD, and today we are doing part 2 of sweetened condensed milk. So in our other video, we talked about the science of sweetened condensed milk and how to make a Brazilian limeade. If you want to know both of those things, the science of sweetened condensed milk and how to make Brazilian limeade, I would say go watch part 1 first. If you don't care about any of that stuff, continue watching this video.
Hi, I'm Kipling, and I'm a kid who loves good food. But I wonder, what does it take to make food really delicious? Come with me as I research the science behind fantabulous food and how to cook it. This is FOOD, Culinary Science for kids of all ages.
So, we are going to make traditional Brigadeiro, which is a Brazilian thing.
Brazil, yay!
Yes, and not having it in Brazil would be like not having chocolate ice cream in America.
Or chocolate chip cookies.
It tastes like chocolate ice cream, so I chose chocolate ice cream. But anyway, for our ingredients, we have a 14-ounce can of sweetened condensed milk, 4 tablespoons of cocoa powder, sifted, 2 tablespoons of butter, plus more for rolling balls, a pinch of salt, and sprinkles. We had to search our pantry and cupboard for sprinkles, and we came out with 4 sprinkle cans. One's not a can. But, yeah, not gonna look the greatest. It says to just chocolate sprinkles look the best, but you can use any sprinkles you want. Okay. Now we need to mix our sweetened condensed milk in a can.
Yep.
Well, we need to mix our sweetened condensed milk.
You just
in
put
our
everything in the pan, basically.
Except for the... Actually, you do put everything in the can, except for the sprinkles. Why would you put them?
Yeah, you don't put the sprinkles in it.
That would be weird. Okay, now we just pour it all in there. It's eating the salt. That's probably enough.
Butter.
Okay, now we may put in the cocoa powder.
We can use this to stir it all together.
Yes, we can. Huh. Pour
4
the cocoa.
tablespoons.
It tastes bad on its own. I ate some of it. It doesn't even taste like bitterness. It's so bitter, it doesn't taste bitter.
And then the butter.
Oh, this is greasy butter.
Yep, once it gets warm, it starts to get pretty greasy. Now we just gotta...
You washed your hands, right?
Yes, I did.
That is a very important part of cooking.
One of the first rules, make sure your hands are clean and that the things you're going to use are clean.
We're gonna bring it over to the stove, and we're gonna put it on the stove and heat it over medium-low heat.
Yep.
Cook it, mixing constantly.
Yep, you have to make sure to mix it constantly, because if you don't, then it could burn.
The way to know when it's done.
Oh yeah, to make sure that it's done, once you know it's done once it starts to come off the sides of the pan if you scrape it and it starts getting thicker.
To run your spatula in the middle of the mixture. If it takes a while for the mixture to move, then your Brigadeiro is ready. Yep. Okay, now we're gonna go head over to the stove and we're gonna cook it.
Stirring. You have to keep stirring it. Want it to burn. Right now it's not all the way done. It takes about 10 minutes. Starting to get closer to the end. It's been about 6-7 minutes. There's bubbles coming up. once it's getting closer to being ready, it'll start kind of holding its shape in it.
And we can show them how to know when it's done.
This is about how it should look when it's done. You can see it's a lot thicker. It looks kind of like pudding, but it really holds itself together. And you can see if you scrape it, it comes off the pan instead of just the spatula going through it like it was before. And it's also quite thick. If you hold on to it and move it, it should move pretty slowly. And that's a way you can know it's done. And now you just have to let it cool down before you roll it. You don't want to hurt yourself.
And then before you roll it, you grease your hands in butter, Crisco, Pam, things like that.
What have you.
And then you can lay out your sprinkles on a plate or plates, depending on how many types you have, unless you want them all on a plate, on the same plate. But once it's cooled off, then you grease your hands, and then you can measure it if you want. In Brazil, they use a half a tablespoon, but you can make them as big or as small as you want. And then you roll them in your sprinkles, and then you will have your brigadeiros. You can put them in these
Little bonbon cups.
tiny muffin
Just tiny little cups. Ours took about, I'd say like 20 minutes.
20 hours.
He's been impatient about it. But I say it took about 20 minutes. It takes a while. You have to be patient, unlike him. You have to stir the whole time, otherwise it'll get burned. Then it won't taste good because it'll be burnt sugar. Now all we gotta do is roll it.
Well, we have to let it cool.
Okay, so we let our mixture cool.
Yeah.
And now it's very thick and it holds its shape. It slumps a little bit, but that's okay. And now the procedure that we are going to take is we're going to roll it into little balls. We take a half a tablespoon and just scoop some out and then roll it into little balls. And then once you have the ball, then you roll it in some sprinkles and put it in a cup. And make sure that you grease your hands with some Crisco, or you can use just real butter. But your hands need to be greasy so it doesn't stick to your hands.
Yes. Okay.
Why did you eat it?
I don't know. You're
can just
scooping it out.
Yeah, just scrape a little bit out. Hold your hand out.
Yee-hoo.
And get it in between your fingers so it doesn't
between?
stick there. Yeah, like almost like
Okay.
you're washing your hands, but you don't need to rub the backs. It feels really weird. Ah, I got a big clump of Crisco.
Eat it.
No, I don't want to eat it. You eat it.
Okay.
No. Look how greasy our hands are. I don't think they need to be that extreme, but they should be pretty nice and greasy. Now, we've got to scoop them out.
No, we need to scoop them out with a spoon.
That's what I said.
I thought you meant with your hands. I just washed my hands with Crisco.
You just get about a half a tablespoon. Oh, it's still warm.
Good.
It feels good. It's not hot, but it just feels good. And then you just hold it and you roll it in between your fingers, and it'll start looking greasy from the grease on your hands, but it won't stick to you, but it sort of turns into a little ball. Alright, then you just coat it in some sprinkles, roll it a little bit more, and you can put it in one of the cups.
Yeah.
Maybe we should have greased the tablespoon.
My hands are so shiny. They're so shiny. Sparkling like a diamond in the sky. It's all shiny. I made mine a bit small. Uh-oh, one of them turned into a pool of sadness. But this one has a surprise in the center. I accidentally dropped it in the sprinkles.
And then you rolled it up.
Yep. Should I give a go at chocolate sprinkles?
Sure. You just have to not shove it on. You can just kind of roll it through. They don't have to be perfect spheres.
That one looks better.
Yep. We're almost out of chocolate sprinkles.
Yeah. Sad. They look the best. Brigadeiro tastes good.
It tastes way good.
Better than chocolate ice cream.
It's kind of like fudge.
That one's tiny compared to some of the others.
Yep.
Some are big and some are small. It doesn't matter. They all taste good.
Well, it looks better if they're all the same size, mostly.
Yeah, but it's mostly just the taste that you care about.
Yay, we're all done.
Yes,
Finally.
we are. Okay, thanks for learning about how to make Brigadeiro and learning about sweet condensed milk in the other video if you watched it. And in our other video, we made Brazilian limeade. Yep. And you're not supposed to save it because it will get bitter, but we're gonna see if it actually got bitter by now. We're also gonna try one of our Brigadeiros.
We've had this in the fridge for about 5 hours at this point.
Yeah.
So I'll pour some of this.
And then we'll also select our Brigadeiro to eat. Select a Brigadeiro, any Brigadeiro. Okay.
Yeah, I've made these before at school, and I liked these.
Not bitter yet.
No, it's still pretty sweet.
Bit more sour.
A little more. Let's try our little Brigadeiro. They look so fancy. We didn't have enough sprinkles. Some of them are bald. But that's okay.
Good.
They taste a lot like fudge.
That's because Brigadeiro basically means Brazilian fudge balls.
No, it doesn't. They're named after a guy whose last name was Brigadeiro. Or Brigadier or something. No, there was a guy who was a brigadier general. And they're in honor of him. Or something.
But anyway, they're really good.
Really.
Thanks for learning about how to make Brigadeiro with us. And see you on another video. Click here if you want to learn how to make something else. I better eat one. I'm gonna do crunching.